What's up, everybody? It's your boy Serpent 20 Gaming back with another video. Um, Today's topic, right? Uh, Sony's president, Shuei Yoshida, decided to come out in the public view. I guess he was interviewed by Eurogamer, stating that the game No Man's Sky had basically bad PR. And I want to know what you guys think about this, man. Because personally, I believe is both sides, like, they're at fault. Sony's, uh, I believe, was in charge of marketing the game as well as publishing it, and Hello Games is the development team that made No Man's Sky for what it was. And I gotta say, man, he he basically threw them under the bus, man. I'm telling you. Uh, I'm basically gonna paraphrase here. I'm not gonna give you the direct quote. Um, he's basically just saying things like the game had bad marketing, it had bad, and I guess it fell under Sean Murray, with who was the, I believe, the game director, the development director of the game. And he basically was saying, like, because of him, he gave out bad promises and stuff like that, and they wasn't able to deliver. And that was probably due to the fact that this is why they got the backlash. People was asking for refunds and things like that. Um, but I feel like it's more of Sony's fault just as much, because when I'm not gonna claim to be like some kind of expert when it comes to this typical side of gaming, but I believe, right, when you when you're in charge of a development team to produce a game under your umbrella, to promote, and you're giving out, um what's the term I'm actually looking for here? Like, when you're trying to promote something, when you're trying to, like, you're throwing it on TV spots, you're throwing it on commercials, you're throwing it at, like, like when the game was about to come out in August, that's all you kept seeing is Sony, PlayStation 4, No Man's Sky. It also came out for PC. Um, I checked out some of the technical issues. Um, I believe Digital Foundry made out a couple of videos. It was like frame rate drops down to like 14 frames per second. I guess when you re-entry into a planet, I think, as well as when you get ready to go off world, I think it's the same aspect. Um, I'm glad I dodged this bullet. I had no interest in getting this game, as I told many people. I think I also made a video about it as well. Like, August was the month for me when to catch up on my backlog of games I haven't played fully yet. Um, there was a lot of people that I know personally, people at my day job, people people that know me for playing for being a gamer. They kept coming up to me saying, "Are you gonna get No Man's Sky? Are you gonna get No Man's Sky?" Uh, I tell them all the time, like, look, I see some gameplay, I see what they were trying to promote. As much as I love space and stuff like that, um, the game was just not for me. It just seems like a big farming simulator. I learned my lesson with Destiny, so the first Destiny before the Taken King. So I just like, I knew that this game was going to be a failure, but apparently it made, I believe they sold 1 million copies within 24 hours. So the game, I believe, did well for what it was, for people who was hyped about it, for people who already knew what they were getting into. Then, this is not for you. This video is not for you. But, you like the game for what it was. I'm not gonna knock that. But for those who didn't research the game, then I feel sorry for you guys. Because you guys are supposed to be gamers, right? Now, I remember back in the day before the internet, before like you can actually look up shit and actually know what the fuck you was getting into. You either had to take it for what it was, like under very very tight scrutiny, and you had to really really make sure that the game that they promised was the game that you wanted. You bought it, you played it. Either you're gonna enjoy it or you're gonna hate it. Um, so I glad I dodged that bullet. I didn't want it. Like I was no interested in Deus Ex. Um, I was not interested in No Man's Sky, as well as all the other releases that came out in August. I just took that time to catch up on my backlog, man. But what do you guys think about Sony throwing Hello Games under the bus? I believe they are both at fault. Be frankly honest, they're both at fault. I seen a few interviews. Sean Murray was guesting and stuff like that, and just the way he was talking, like the way he was answering these questions, man. Like like if I would have seen that before I even pre-ordered it, before I even purchased it outright day one, like these interviews itself, he just like the way the facial expressions he was making when he was answering these questions, man. It made me feel like he was just answering what people wanted to hear. Like I know one guy I think one interviewer was asking him, "Oh, is it going to be multiplayer in the game?" He's all like, he had a cheesy ass grin. He was just like, yeah, it's gonna have some multiplayer. Like, see, when he was answering this stuff like that. Normally when you're being interviewed, and especially from an indie development team, like you tend to believe them for what it was, because we as gamers are led to believe that these indie devs, they want to be honest. They need to be honest. They want to promote the game. They want it to sell well. So they need to come out with honest answers, man. And the whole thing was a big mystery. I think it first got announced, I think like 2 years ago. I believe, like correct me if I'm wrong. Like I believe it was 2 years ago before the game released. I think it was 2 years ago. When we first got the reveal trailer. And a lot of stuff that happened in that reveal didn't come to fruition when the final product actually came out. So I can understand a lot of gamers are being mad, because we're looking at these reveal trailers, we're looking at gameplay videos, we're looking at it like, oh snap, this is what it is, this is what it's going to be. Oh man, they can take my money. But then as time progressed, like I guess they had to cut back a lot of stuff. Now, because of this backlash, now a lot of true gamers, or gamers who felt cheated, every time a Hello game comes out with another game or a new IP or a sequel, now they're gonna be looked under a microscope now. Now people is not gonna really believe them, and it's gonna hurt. Not only is it gonna hurt the devs, but it's also gonna hurt the publisher. You know what I mean? Like the publisher going to want to make sure that they're promoting something that's going to be genuine enough to get their money. Now, I don't know if they get their money based off of the sales, or do they get paid outright before all that happens. But you know what I mean? So on that typical aspect of the game, of the situation, it just like you're basically, now you have to make sure that everything you say is exactly how it is. Everything you promote is exactly how it is. So every time you show a video, the visuals gotta look right, the frame rate gotta be right up there. Everything that you say about a particular game, whether it's a new IP or No Man's Sky 2 or whatever, you're gonna have to make sure that it's delivering the promises that you're giving us consumers. So, I mean, I felt I feel like he just like hello, like to Shuhei, like I feel like he just threw Hello Games under the bus, right? they're basically the scapegoat. Like, oh, don't get mad at us, Sony people. Let's just get mad at the Hello Games, even though you're supposed to be expediting this game. You know what I mean? You're in charge of what goes into this. Like you were supposed to have a person there checking out everything and making sure that they delivered on everything that they mentioned that was going to be right. And if you knew it wasn't going to be the way he said it, the way Sean Murray said it, you should came out with a video or or get an interview and tell us consumers, like, I know Sean Murray promised this, but we can't do that. You know what I mean? They were too busy trying to make sure they get money in their pockets. 2 years into the making, or since the reveal, and that whole entire time they just kept showing little bit, little bit, little bit. And then when people were trying to ask the serious questions, the interviewers were trying to ask the serious questions, the questions that gamers really wanted to know. Y'all want to leave it under a mystery. Oh, we want y'all to experiment the game, blah blah blah. And now there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, you were supposed to make sure that everything that was said was in the game. Now I believe they try to come out with a patch to try to fix these issues that was lacking in the game. But I feel like they still haven't done enough for people who haven't purchased, who was sitting on the fence about it, to really like, oh, well, they can take my money now since they patched with all the things that they promised. But that's all I got to say about the video. Like the video if you like it. Please sub to my channel if you haven't already. You can follow me on YouTube, Serpent20 Gaming, at Serpent20 on Twitter. I'm at Google Plus as well. And on that note, I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.